Right, so we're here at KD Motors. Sorry, scooters and motorbikes, sorry. Is that right?
KD Motorcycles and Scooters.
There you go, there you go. This is Andrew, he's the boss here. Good lad. Anyway, just going to ask him to say hello and introduce himself before we go out for a test ride on the new Super Adventure S.
Guys, KD Motorcycles, we're based up in Accrington, edge of the Pennines, close to Yorkshire, close to Lancashire, close to Greater Manchester, so easy riding to us, great roads all around us. As you can see, KTM main dealers, we currently sell street bikes, massive demand for the street bikes, but later in the year we'll be selling the off-road bikes and all the gear to go with them. We also represent the Kawasaki brand, full range of Kawasaki's. We're the biggest dealer group for Kawasaki in the UK, so if we can't get it, nobody can. We're also agents for Royal Enfield, cracking range of bikes there. Benelli, classic Italian name, Kiwi, Sim, Lambretta, Royal Alloy Scooters. We've got a clothing department, after sales department. Give us a try. Thanks Steve for supporting us.
No problem, cheers Andy.
So the bike that Steve's going to test ride and show you today is the all new 21 model year KTM Super Adventure S. It's been a massive success for KTM over the last 4 or 5 years, and this latest generation takes from the KTM 1290 Super 2 car, where we've borrowed the engine, puts out 160 brake horsepower, so it's by no means a slouch. Typical adventure bike, it's quite tall, a few changes for a lot of changes. It's a completely new bike for 2021. So if we start at the front, you'll see we've got WP Apex fully adjustable suspension. Changes for 21 mean that we can change the preload etc. on the fly. It's electronic suspension. There's 10 preload settings. We've got an anti-dive on the front forks. So talk about a smooth ride for 1, 2 plus luggage etc. It's all there. One of the great new additions, if you like, is this little radar control cruise control, adaptive cruise control. You can set it to follow the car in front, and believe me, I've tried it a few times, unbelievable. I'm not a fan of cruise control on a motorbike normally, but there's sometimes if you're on a long journey you want to give that right arm a rest. You've got more confidence doing that. Brembo brakes, bigger calipers this time. Down here, borrowed from the 790, KTM have moved the fuel tanks to either side and sat them very low. Gives the bike a lower centre of gravity, obviously it helps its handling, but it makes it feel a lot lighter. Weighing in at 210 kilograms, it's quite a light bike for a big 1300cc V-twin anyway. We've got almost like an iPad size screen here.
Oh, it's bigger, isn't it? Yeah.
And in there we've got probably one of the most comprehensive electronic suites available. I'll just show you a couple of features on it. So we can see the state of the bike, we've got all our trip readings etc. We can go in and we can alter our ride mode, sport, rain, off-road, rally. This bike has got the full tech pack on it. Each of these throttle settings, all it does is change the throttle setting. There's no power difference as it comes through. We've got differences on ABS mode and various traction control modes.
I love the graphics on it. It's
Fantastic,
so much easier,
yeah.
isn't it, to understand what's going on.
We've got suspension mode, we've got 3 settings again there. Sport, street and comfort. And then with the preload adjuster, just watch the bike move, it's great this one. 10 different settings for your preload. It's all electronic if you go for the upgraded Suspension Pro. Cruise control in there. KTM My Ride allows you to link your phone into the screen. And then we've got various tyre pressure monitors in there. We've got an anti-relay attack on the key to stop people grabbing the code for it. With this pack we've got the quick shifter, we've also got hill hold control. Not much of the bike doesn't have.
So it's just got every option really on it, this demo bike?
No, at this moment in time it's just got the tech pack.
Okay.
Tech pack's giving you quick shifter, it's giving you the rally pack which is hill hold and more traction control options, gives you the rally mode for the ride, gives you the adaptive rear brake light where if you slam the brakes on it flashes to let the drivers or riders behind you know that you're braking hard.
This is very different in this whole area, isn't it? I suppose that this is with the fuel tanks down left and right,
yeah.
is it?
And the other thing they've done is they've shortened the front end, so decreased the rate slightly. Johnny, you're going out with, currently has a 1290 Super Adventure S, rode it the other day and felt more closer to the bike, if you like, didn't you, John?
That's right.
Yep. But the swing arm's been extended slightly, again to improve the handling. Subtle changes, seats have changed, etc. Slightly lighter exhaust.
Someone told me there's 11 seat options on this thing.
Yeah.
All
different heights. They've offered a lower seat option, the standard. So one of the problems that maybe the less, more vertically challenged than I have,
watch what you say.
yeah, is the height of an adventure bike. So they've dropped it by about 3/4 of an inch. We've still got 2 positions, so tall guys like me can ride it. But we can go up from there, we can have comfort seats, we can have heated seats. Mind-boggling.
Yeah. And even though that it's the same engine in effect, it's quite a radical redesign it with internals, is it?
Yeah, I mean we've got Pankel involved with the gearbox now, lightened areas, etc. So the power hasn't increased from 160. I think really that's sort of the optimum you want to be with an adventure bike, but it's got a bit more bottom end again.
Good.
Look
forward to riding it
against your Super GT, similar engine but different engine sticks. A lot more bottom end grunts on it.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. Will do.
There you go.
Right, so the plan today is I'm going for a test ride on that Super Adventure S, the new one. John, my buddy here, who I'll introduce you to in a bit, has just bought one and he's waiting for delivery this week. So the plan is we've got the bike for a couple of hours and we're going to do a side-by-side review of it. Basically, we're going to take the old Super Adventure S, take the new Super Adventure S and look at the comparisons. Obviously I'm going to be riding it and I'll give you my thoughts on that, but we're going to stop off in a wee while somewhere away and we'll get the two bikes side by side so you can sort of see the sort of the way the bikes differ in terms of design, setup, configuration and what have you. So hope you enjoy the video. Again, big shout out to KD, the brilliant lads here, really good. So if you're within an hour or so's drive, get yourself here and they'll look after you. Cheers guys. Okay, so first impressions guys, I've been on the bike 5 minutes, put some fuel in. Obviously compared to the GT, quite a different prospect, quite a bit taller, obviously it's an adventure, feels really comfortable, the seat feels luxurious actually compared to the GT. I think there were, as I said before, 11 different seat versions. I'm not sure which one this is, but it's absolutely stunning. I think it's like an all-in-one seat, so really feels comfortable. So I think that's an optional extra, I assume. TFT display, I thought it was actually the same size as the one on my GT. It's not, it's larger, and it's very noticeable, extremely clear. Really nice, really like that straight away. I'm feeling that it's a little fiddly on the left hand side with the switch gear here on the left. Again, just lack of familiarity, but I'm sure that will all become clear after a short while on the bike. But first impressions, very comfortable. Engine's nice and smooth, seems, dare I say, even a bit smoother than the GT. Whether they've tinkered with that or not, I don't know, but feels deliciously smooth. Brilliant wind protection here, fully adjustable here, left and right, up and down. So yeah, first impressions, yeah, love it. Definitely be able to sort of chew the miles on this on big tours. I've put the setting onto sport, ABS is on road, MTC is on, and I've got 80% preload, so that'll allow me to get a little bit better turning on the nose. and it just, obviously we're just lifting the rear up a little bit, but it feels really nice. I haven't been able to play with that on the fly yet, maybe later. Handlebar position, quite a couple of inches I suspect taller than on the GT, quite a bit wider, very comfortable, very natural position, mirrors nice and clear. Yeah, I think KTM have got a nice bike here. So we're just going to head off to settle on some of the twisties, see how it performs. Not expecting anything other than to be delighted with it. Yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. I think with these twin tanks, with the petrol further down and the lower seat, it definitely feels as if you're sitting lower, but it feels very light, the bike, very light, which is gorgeous, you know. Yeah, and that's all a function of that lower centre of gravity, you know. This has got the 19-inch wheel on the front. Is it the Adventure R that has the 21-inch on the front, I think, isn't it? Right, let's see what this is like on the open road. Turns in nicely, leans, lovely, no drama. Yeah, it gets up a lick of speed quite easily. It actually feels lighter than the GT, which is great, seeing that it's quite a bit heavier in the first place than the GT. So they've had some wizardry on it. The mapping is nice on the fueling, nice and smooth. Whoa. This seat, John, is gorgeous, you know. It feels like you've got like a backrest on it. It goes right up the back of your arse. Is this the actual bike you test rode, is it? Right, let's see what's like on the twisties. Right, yeah, so I've decided just to ignore the switchgear on the left and finding it a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to ignore that and just see how the bike rides. So this is the road to settle. So I've got the preload on 80%. I think that would be better for me if I just knocked that back to 60 or 70. Or 50 were you, John? Yeah, it's just a bit bouncy on the back end. Obviously you'd have that if you had a pillion on the back or whatever, you know. But no. I'm sure it does, but I'm not sure it feels as if there's as much engine braking as on mine. I don't know what you thought, John. Do you think there's a similar level of engine braking? Yeah, you know you're on a taller bike when you're going through the twisties. It's still nice though, it feels planted. Feels as if when you lean it, it's not trying to fight against you, which is good. There we go. lovely day for it anyway. Bit cold, what was it? 7 degrees, but dry and sunny, John. Superb, innit? This comes with the auto blipper, as you heard before. It's got the tech pack. I don't know whether the auto blipper's standard on the standard bike. Do you know, John?
No, I believe not.
It's all the tech pack. Yeah, but with this new gearbox, the auto blipper and quick shift are buttery smooth. That's nice, really nice. Here we go. Yeah, feels nice, John, feels nice. This would be a great bike to do the Scotland tour in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Yeah. So what is it? I take it's 500-600 miles for its first service, is it, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I just smelt fish. Well, it's not you, John, is it? Yeah, it's definitely got pick up and go. I haven't even tried the cruise control. I don't think I'm going to get a chance, but I've seen quite a few YouTube videos and it seems to do what it says on the tin. Has someone been out and put these lines in the night? When I came here the other day, I took the afternoon off, and I was the only bike here. In fact, I was the only vehicle here, so I had the whole road to myself. It was brilliant. Let's go. All clear, John, anyway. I tell you what, isn't at the front with all the cables and the wiring at the front, I would have thought they could have tidied that up a little bit. There's about 8 or 9 cables and tubes and stuff, but other than that, yeah. It feels a very long bike in front of you and narrow, which is nice, you know.
For such a big engine, I am surprised, and I just think
The old Pulsar GTIR in front of us. One day, many years ago, that would have been regarded a really hot hatch. I bet it's got about 150 horsepower. Right, let's go and do the side by side. Walk over, walk through, whatever you want to call it. Grab a sandwich. Just want to go here, John, on the left, or? Okay, so we've just landed. Just had, what, 30 miles, John?
yeah, we've been out, had a good ride up to now.
So,
really exciting.
So John's just bought, sorry, back to the camera. John's just bought the Adventure R. Comes in a couple of days, but you've gone for the orange one, haven't you, John?
Yeah, this one, for me, I wanted just to go totally orange colour. I thought it stands out more. It certainly looks a lot better. But I had to actually when I bought my own. I got a special edition from Colwyn Bay. They converted my Adventure S over to an R. As you can see, slightly different. The R normally has the spoked wheels. Sadly, it's a little bit dirty today, but it just shows it's being used, which is what it's all about.
It's been sold, hasn't it? Oh.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Even the guy said you don't want to be cleaning your bike before it goes in. So it's part X'd, and I get mine hopefully during this week, which I'm really looking forward to. So
what are you looking forward to between the two bikes?
Yeah, I rode. I've sort of like been undecided, but I thought there's nothing wrong with the one I've got, but there's a little bit more tech, and certainly the handling for me seems to be a step on again. It gives me more confidence, going round the corners, which is what I wanted.
So side by side, you can tell straight away the seat height is lower.
Yeah, you can see that for sure. I'm 6 foot and I'm fine with it, but even at 6 foot 32 inside leg, it's still high on the Adventure S. But you get used to it, and I certainly like the commanding position when I'm riding along. But yeah, this certainly fits me better. And if you really wanted to go back to the same size, same height on the seat, you can just adjust it to go up. Yeah. And I think, as we've already said, I think there's 11 different seat types on this.
Yeah, I'm just looking side by side. The main difference cosmetically, obviously, is the tank. The way the tank's split into what's 3 parts now, isn't it? Top, left, and right. Yeah. So obviously, the whole sort of fairing is different. You've got a.
I think for me, one of the biggest things, and you can't. This makes the bike feel different. This compared to my bike is totally different. Just the way the handlebars sit further back, and the way I feel I sit more in the bike rather than on the bike. And when I was out last time, just the handling, the way I was able to lean the bike in, it just felt more comfortable, and you weren't stretching as much. I've actually had bar risers put on mine, and I've taken them off just for local, but when I was riding long distance, I had bar risers. I don't think I'm going to need them with this.
Yeah, these do feel nice and high up.
Yeah.
But not so much that you feel as if you're stretching for them. They're just in that natural position.
Natural position. You're not leaning, and it's when you're doing miles, you'll end up finding that your arms end up hurting when you wake up the next day. But for me, seat really comfortable.
Yeah, I couldn't get over how comfortable this was.
Yeah, it just seems to be made just to sit and do miles and miles and miles.
Do you think this is the standard seat?
No, this is the standard seat. Yeah, there's a comfort seat, I believe, that goes on this.
Well, I'll tell you what, compared to the GT, that is comfort.
There's something I just noticed there. When I first bought mine, it's actually got a catch on the top. I lost my lid, and I had to buy another one. I just made sure it was fully tight. You can actually buy these as an extra, but this is obviously standard fit. Just silly little things that I notice.
So what are you going to do to the bike when you get it? You're going to change the can, are you?
The can is the first thing that I just have to go and do the can.
You've got the Leo Vince on now, haven't
you? Just to go and give it the noise.
Because noise is obviously speed, isn't it? And brake horsepower.
Well, yeah, it's a lot lighter, and it just certainly, for me, it makes it. I've got my crash bars on them, and every now and again you do need them if you rub against something. For me, I have to have me Denali. Denali
we know you. If you don't hear the exhaust, you'll hear the horn. So, are you going to be able to put the crash bars on this?
No, totally not. There's going to be I think the actual bars come round here somehow.
That would be quite a bit. I was just thinking it'll sit prouder than on your bike.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the 2 radiators in there as well. So it's 1 radiator per cylinder, which is really cool. And obviously, because it's split in the middle, you get more air into the engine area to keep it cool.
Keeping it cooler. I've got radiator protectors on, so I think it's going to be standard that you need to go and do that. Unfortunately, when I rode my bike, I ended up getting it damaged with a stone.
So similar front. Obviously, the main difference. Obviously, you got different. I know yours is an aftermarket screen. Is it MRA yours?
Yeah, MRA.
Obviously, this is different, and you've obviously got the different headlight arrangement here with the radar facility in there. But no, it was really smooth, I found. Nice and compliant through the bends, picked up speed as you'd expect for a big 1300 powerful motorbike. So when did you get it, John? Is it Wednesday, Thursday?
I'm getting it during this week, so it's in there. It's in PDI at the present moment, so
quick 500 miles and then off to Scotland for a week.
That's the one. I'll two ride outs and we can get the 600 and odd miles running, and then I'm away. And then I think we're doing 1300 miles, and that's
look forward to it.
In that week. 3
KTMs and an MT10. We'll be stopping for the MT10 all the time.
It will be just epic to get away after all this lockdown time. It's just amazing. So we're really looking forward to it.
We'll do a few vids and we'll see what the bike's like after that mileage. So anyway, let's go and grab a coffee and a sandwich.
Absolutely. Take care. All the best, guys. Thank you.
Is that snow trying to come down?
No.
Crazy weather. It is, it's snow. It's a good job we're on adventure bikes.
Yes.
Oh, now you're showing off, Liam, now. You're showing off.